Welcome to the Notorious D.I.D. I am Lola. Today I'm going to cover a question that's asked many times. How is it decided who's at the front? Can you control who's at the front? Can you choose who's at the front? Well, to answer those questions, how is it decided who's at the front? It's randomly decided by our system. Not as in our system, as in the group, but as in our mind. Our mind decides who's at the front. We don't have a huge amount of control over that. Do we have the ability to bring somebody forward if we need to? Yes and no. There are a couple of us that are what you would call gatekeepers. Myself and also Valprey are gatekeepers, which means if we need to bring somebody forward, we usually have the ability to do so. We can communicate with the others inside, and sometimes we can pull them forward to be able to be at the front. This is helpful. However, we've not really found a way to ground them or to keep them in place as long as we would like to. So, again, our mind or our system, whatever it is that's making the full decisions, is what's in control. So in general, we don't overly decide who's at the front. And if we attempt to, we can't always keep them there. I don't say this is all of the D.I.D. systems. I do say this is our system because I'm talking on our experience and our situation. And as I say that, there are not even all of us that can communicate with one another because there is amnesia and there is a barrier, there are walls, there are things that keep each of us away from each other unless we have specific roles that open that up to us. So, as I mentioned, this is just our system I'm talking on. Is it always convenient? Absolutely not. Because without having any kind of control specifically as to who is at the front, of course, it's like Russian roulette. Whatever happens, happens. And then whoever comes in after that is going to have to deal with the repercussions. So there is only one thing that's consistent: inconsistency. That's it. We cannot be consistent because we are multiple people. And being multiple people, there are multiple behaviors, there are multiple personality issues, there are multiple things that are going to stand in the way of being consistent. Just like you may be right on top of everything, you may be very organized, you may be completely in control of what's going on, but your sibling may have no control whatsoever, fly by the seat of their pants, have no organization whatsoever. And think of that kind of pattern in one body. In one body, that kind of pattern, there's no way to have consistency. No matter how you try, no matter what logs you make, what notes you make, what videos you make, they are helpful, but there is no way to be consistent. There's just no way. In our particular case, there's also no way to be completely consistent because of our psychogenic blackouts or non-epileptic seizures, whatever you wish to call them. Now, some of ours may be also directly linked with dehydration. We tend to not stay hydrated as much as we need to, especially some of us specifically. So that's another thing that comes into play when you have so many different people that are in the loop. They're all different, and you can't force them or make them drink the water. You can't make them do what needs done that day. You can't make them do these different things because they are individuals. So that leaves you at a disadvantage in a lot of times because people from the outside, they only see one body. One body. And even though some people from the outside may know that you have D.I.D, or there are a lot of them that don't fully understand what that entails. So they still believe somewhere in the back of their mind, hey, this should be on the same scale as a singleton, because don't they all know? Aren't they all aware of what's going on? Aren't they all linked? No, we are not. No, we don't all know. We're all held accountable when we're at the front for whatever's taking place or whatever took place. But a lot of times we don't even have the memory of that. No memory to access of that or know what it was, what took place, what happened. And we still have to deal with that because we are in one body. So there's not a lot of control with our system. There's more control recently over the past few years than there has been. But really, our system didn't fully come to the acceptance or the knowledge of the fact of having D.I.D. until around 2014. That places us in our 40s. And that's a long time to go. I mean, there were obviously some who knew more about it, like Laura was more aware. Me personally, myself, I held a lot of anger and I held a lot of disappointment in myself because I am the origin. So I was the original personality that splintered. And with knowing I did not have the ability or the strength to stay whole, I went to the back. I wasn't at the front until really recently. I played an outside role when others would come into the system. I would help them with knowing who they were, what they liked, what they did, and that way they'd have more knowledge about themselves. That I did. But outside of that, I did not front. I did not come out. I did not feel I deserved to. I did not feel I deserved to claim the body because I forfeited that. So I guess that's kind of another topic or another subject. But to cover what I was saying, our particular system does not have a lot of control of who fronts. And how is it chosen? At random, as far as I'm concerned, as far as we're concerned right now, until we know more about ourselves. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Leave comments. We value your comments. We value you. Thank you for listening to us and for learning with us. This has been Lola for the Notorious D.I.D. Bye.